think I like biology because low-key my biology teacher was hot. Like, he was like in his early to mid 30s and he was like really good looking. And, you know, he was really chill. And every time I finished my homework in class, he'd be like, yeah, you can do whatever. So I would take a nap. And then if I needed to wake up, he would like gently wake me up and be like, hey, I need to tell the class something. Wake up. I'd be like, beautiful Prince Charming waking me up. One time, you know, during class, he got a call. And then he picked it up. And it was his wife. And I was like so heartbroken. After that, I stopped going to biology class. Just kidding. No, but like after that, I was just like, oh my god, you tricked me. I thought you were single. I was like early 20s and he was like early 30s. I was like, oh my god, I can make it. It's only a 10-year difference. These people, like my dad and my stepmom are like 10 years apart. That's fine. You know? I was like, oh my god, he's perfect. He has a job. He knows like biology and he lets me nap. And one time I was really hungry, and you know in science class you're not supposed to eat because there's like chemicals everywhere. I was so hungry, my stomach growled, and he came over and he's like, are you hungry? And I was like, mm-hmm. And he's like, you can like eat outside the class real quick if you want, if you're finished. And I was like, okay. And I was like squatting outside his classroom, eating grapes, and people walking by were like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I'm eating, I'm hungry. And then I come back in and he'd be like, did you have a good snack time? And I was like, mm-hmm. And the more I spent time with him, the more I fell in love. He would let me eat and he would let me sleep as long as I finished everything. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. I think because he was so beautiful and handsome and smart, like I always paid attention. You know how some people are like looking at their teachers and just not like paying attention to what they're saying? I was doing the opposite. My brain was so focused on how beautiful he was. At the same time, I was like literally a sponge of intelligence. Like I was like a fucking like cell eating everything that he was giving me. I was so good at science that my teacher, he was like, you should go into like chemistry. And like he like hyped me, he rizzed me up so bad that like the next year I actually did apply for chemistry. I went into that class and I didn't understand one thing. But oh my god, I was so good, and my teacher gaslit me into thinking that I was some like science prodigy. And low-key I was like, oh my god, did I find my calling? I'm not a fucking musician. I don't like anime, and I don't like making creative content and streaming. I don't like any of that. I like science. I want to know why these cells exist and why they make up everything that they make up. And I want to be a part of the cure to cancer. And then I got into biochem and I was just like, fuck that. We're all gonna die anyways. Who fucking cares? I'm getting out of this class. He wasn't my teacher anymore. There was like this other woman, and she was hot too, but like, you know, I miss my hot biology teacher. I literally went out the class and I went to the principal's office, and the principal was like, you want to switch your class even though you just started? And I was like, mm-hmm. And he's like, what do you want to switch to? And I was like, I don't know, biology with this teacher? And he's like, he only teaches the grade that's like below you. So I think I just joined like something else. I don't remember. I think I just joined like literature or something. It was just like a random one. I was really good at literature, you know. I would like write in literature. They'd be like, okay, write about your feelings. I'd be like, dear Mr. Biology teacher, today is the mark of the end of our days. Oh, how I miss your face and your lovely voice, the way that you would wake me up, and the words that you would say to me every time I was hungry, that it was going to be okay. I hope one day we will see eye to eye and you will realize that your wife is not for you. You know, I would write poetry like that, and I'd be like, oh my god, Enna, that's beautiful. And I'd be like, mm-hmm. It's like, well, so how does this relate to anything personal? And I'll be like, mm-hmm. I got my heart broken. I miss him. He was so beautiful. So beautiful, and he like for some reason would speak random Chinese to me. You know, he spoke English obviously, but like he'd sit down and be like, 今天你吃饭了吗? Like, did you eat something? I think he knew that I lived by myself, so he was worried about me. I'm pretty sure he viewed me as like a little sister or something, but I didn't feel that way about him. I didn't see him as my older brother. I saw him as my future husband, even though he was already married. Unfortunately, And honestly, okay, now that I'm remembering a little bit about his phone call, because it was in Mandarin, like, they were fighting. I was like, okay. Like, the second time his wife called, he was like, oh, 我知道了，我知道。我今天会回家，我今天会回家里早一点。like seriously, I was like, hello， 为什么雪花飘飘被风搅？You know, I was literally like that. I was like, okay, you don't know that I understand every single thing that you're saying. I think he was like my biggest crush ever. Cause like I have dated before, but I didn't really have a crush on those people. Well, okay, I had a crush a little bit, but not as big as this one. But this one was just like a forbidden story. Just like your dad and his music student never even had a chance, bruh. Yeah, that's a good one. You got me. Yeah, my dad had a similar thing, except my dad was on the other side, so he was the teacher, and then he had like this 80-year-old who like loved him so much and thought she had a chance. But I'm not 80! I'm a young, beautiful Asian girl. Like, come on. And it wasn't like underage, I was like an adult, so it's fine. Man, I swear to God, like, my dad and I, we have really bad luck in love. I'm pretty sure. Okay, remember the biology teacher story? Let me just talk about that, okay? Like, the thing is like, I worked my way up there, okay? I got so good at biology because I love this teacher that, like, he recommended me to go into biochem. Like, that's how good I was at biology, you know? Like, I was so good that I didn't even need the prerequisite to get into, like, a higher class. And then when I realized that he wasn't my teacher in biochem, like, I lost all motivation, and I just was like, nope, you know. But I can guarantee you, if my teacher, if that biology teacher was also the biochem teacher, I would have sat in that class every single day and be like, you know what, chemistry, fuck that shit, give it to me, I got it. I literally got like a 99% on biology once in his class, because I think I was just like so committed. I was probably more committed than this man's wife, okay? Yeah, he was taken. It's not like I was taking him. I was just trying to get his attention, that's all. As a little, smart student. But that's what I mean. Like, I knew that I was like very like below him and everything. So I did my best to kind of like almost reach his level. And low-key, I was like the smartest biology student in his class who didn't even have that much interest in biology. You know? We almost had solution to global warming. Yeah, we could have solved global warming if I ended up with that teacher, guys. Come on. Damn it. Could have found a new planet too. Yeah, but as soon as I found out that he wasn't gonna be the biochem, I just didn't have any motivation, you know? Yeah, the only biology that I was interested in was his biology. That was so many years ago. Why do I still think about him? But yeah, like, I can guarantee you, if he was my biochem teacher, guys, I would have been early to class every single day and went home late. No? Wrong priorities, but, you know, whatever helps to get me to succeed, I guess. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye. Good night. おつわな。